The Young and the Restless spoilers, Shock Tuesday, recap full update, the 25th of August, 2026. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive into some serious soap drama, and honestly, we have a massive amount of chaos to unpack today, so let's just get right into it. And honestly, I am running on fumes today. I've been staring at this screen for hours trying to make sense of the absolute mess going on in Genoa City right now. But we have to talk about it because things are reaching a boiling point with the Abbott family and the Chancellor situation. I'm tired. You guys are probably tired of Billy's endless drama, but here we are. Let's be real. We can't look away. It's like a train wreck in slow motion. So let's start with Jack Abbott. Poor, exhausted Jack. First of all, the man just got home from the hospital not that long ago. He's dealing with Diane's trauma, and now he has to deal with this. Lily Winters actually marches right into Jabot to confront him. And let me tell you, Lily is not playing games anymore. She is in full ruthless CEO mode, and I am kind of here for it. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Billy, but seeing Lily take charge is exactly what this storyline needed. Lily sits Jack down, and she brings up the loan, the famous decades-old loan that John Abbott gave to Philip Chancellor. The whole reason Billy thinks he has a right to just walk in and steal Chancellor Industries. Lily makes Jack an offer, a massive offer. She wants to pay back the loan with interest, decades of interest, guys. Think about how much money that actually is. She wants to write a check, hand it to Jack, and wipe the slate clean. She tells Jack that this is the only way to preserve both John Abbott's legacy and Catherine Chancellor's legacy. And you know what? She's right. She is absolutely right. It's the cleanest, smartest business move she could make. Throw money at the problem before it becomes a legal nightmare. But Lily is also pushing hard. She tells Jack it is urgent. She wants to lock this down before Billy goes completely off the deep end. Because, let's face it, Billy is already halfway there. He's been bragging to everyone who will listen that he owns Chancellor. Jack hesitates. Of course, he hesitates because Jack can never just make a clean business decision when it comes to his little brother. Jack looks at Lily and tells her that he needs to think about it. He says that for him, this isn't just about a company, it's about family. I mean, what were they thinking? Jack actually believes he can manage Billy. He actually thinks he can talk Billy down from this ledge. Jack is terrified. He is absolutely terrified that if he takes Lily's money and legally shuts down Billy's claim, Billy will see it as the ultimate betrayal. Jack is scared that Billy will cut him out of his life forever. And part of me feels for Jack. I really do. He is the patriarch. He wants to keep his family together. But another part of me just wants to scream at the screen. Stop enabling him, Jack. Stop it. Billy is a grown man making terrible, destructive choices. And Jack is still trying to put pillows on the floor so Billy doesn't hurt himself when he falls. It's exhausting. It really is. The fans on social media have been saying this for weeks. Jack needs to let Billy hit rock bottom, but he just can't do it. He can't. So Lily realizes she isn't going to get a straight answer right this second. She's annoyed, you can tell. But then Kyle Abbott walks in. Perfect timing, right? Lily takes that as her cue to leave. She walks out, leaving Jack standing there looking like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. And then Jack actually tells Kyle what just happened. He spills the whole thing about Lily's offer, which is interesting because Kyle has his own messy stuff going on right now. Kyle has been trauma bonding with Victoria. He's dealing with his mom's kidnapping trauma, and now he has to hear about his uncle trying to steal a company. I wonder what Kyle is thinking. Kyle probably thinks Billy is a lunatic too, but Kyle is also ambitious. Will Kyle tell Jack to take the money, or will Kyle tell Jack to let Billy fight the war so Jabot can maybe absorb Chancellor later? Who knows with Kyle these days? He changes his mind depending on which way the wind blows. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Kyle is unpredictable right now. But wait, it gets better or worse, depending on how you look at it. Because after Kyle, Jack gets another visitor, Nikki Newman. Yes, Nikki shows up at Jabot, and this is where things get really interesting to me because Nikki and Jack have this incredible deep history. They have been lovers, enemies, best friends, confidants. They know each other better than almost anyone else. And Nikki walks into that office and she immediately senses that something is wrong. She looks at Jack and she tells him that she feels like he wants some privacy. She says she is worried about him. And honestly, I love this dynamic. I love that Nikki can just walk into a room and instantly read Jack's energy. She knows he is stressed. She knows he is carrying a burden. Now, the big question is, what does Jack tell her? I am almost 100% sure Jack is going to tell Nikki everything. He's going to tell her about Billy's insane claims and Lily's buyout offer and the impending corporate war. Why? Because Jack needs a sounding board. He can't talk to Diane about this right now. She is way too fragile and paranoid after the Markham thing. He can't really talk to Kyle because Kyle is a wild card. Tracy is off having fun at the Shadow Room. So Nikki is a perfect person for Jack to vent to. And think about the irony here, guys. Think about the absolute irony. Nikki is standing there in Jabot, comforting Jack, listening to his family problems, while her husband, Victor Newman, is actively plotting to destroy Jack's brother. I mean, it is just perfect soap opera writing. It really is. I doubt Victor told Nikki anything about Billy's chancellor plans. Victor hides everything from Nikki, even things he doesn't need to hide. He hides them just because he likes the power of knowing things she doesn't. Or maybe he thinks he is protecting her, whatever. But if Victor didn't tell her, Jack definitely will. And I wonder how Nikki will react. Will she warn Jack that Victor is going to get involved? Because you know Victor is going to get involved. Which brings me to the third massive thing that happened. And this is the part that really made me sit up and pay attention. Kane Ashby. Kane has been running around trying to build an army to fight Billy. He went to Jack, and Jack basically told him to leave him out of it. So what does Kane do? He goes to the dark side. He goes to Victor Newman. Kane shows up to meet with Victor and Adam, and you just know Kane is desperate if he is voluntarily walking into a room with Victor and Adam Newman to ask for help. Kane hates Billy right now. He hates that Billy is trying to ruin Lily's life and steal the company. So Kane is willing to make a deal with the devil. Kane tells Victor and Adam exactly what is going on. He lays out Billy's entire plan. The unpaid loan, the legal loophole, the claim that Jabot rightfully owns Chancellor. But then Kane drops a massive bomb, a bomb that completely changes the game. Kane looks at Victor and admits that Billy might actually have the law on his side. Let that sink in. Kane, who is fighting tooth and nail to protect Lily and Chancellor, is admitting that Billy's insane, obsessive legal theory might actually hold up in a court of law. The loan was real. It was never paid back. The paperwork might actually support Jabot taking over the company. When Kane says this, Victor absolutely loses his mind. I mean, you can practically see the steam coming out of Victor's ears. Victor explodes. He starts ranting about Billy. He calls Billy a scoundrel, which is just such a classic Victor word. Nobody says scoundrel anymore except Victor Newman, and he delivers it with so much venom. Victor is furious. Why? Because Victor hates Billy. He has always hated Billy Boy Abbott. He hates that Billy has hurt Victoria in the past. He hates Billy's arrogance. He hates everything about him. But it's more than just hating Billy. Victor loved Catherine Chancellor. They were dear friends. They respected each other. And Victor looks at Chancellor Industries as Catherine's legacy. The idea of a scoundrel like Billy Abbott getting his grubby little hands on Catherine's legacy is physically repulsive to Victor. Victor looks at Kane and Adam, and he vows that there is no way in hell he is going to let Billy take over Chancellor. He vows to stop him. And you guys, when Victor Newman makes a vow like that, you know it is going to get ugly. Victor doesn't just fight fair in a boardroom. Victor destroys people. He destroys their reputations, their finances, their personal lives. He will salt the earth so nothing can ever grow there again. And Adam is just sitting there. I can just picture Adam sitting there, maybe sipping a drink, watching his father turn red with rage. Adam must be loving this. Adam already hates Billy. Adam already convinced Chelsea to pump Billy for information so Newman Media can run a smear campaign. And now Adam has Victor fully on board and fully enraged. Adam doesn't even have to do the heavy lifting anymore. He just has to point Victor in Billy's direction and watch the explosion. But let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture here. How does this fit the show's usual style? It fits perfectly, but it also feels a bit different. Usually, corporate wars on this show are just about money or stock prices. But this one is deeply personal for everyone involved. For Lily, it's about protecting her family's hard work and her own position as a powerhouse CEO. She is not the same girl who used to just model and cry over Kane's lies. She is a boss now, and she is acting like one. For Jack, it's about the soul of his family. He is literally choosing between his brother's love and his own moral compass. If he takes Lily's money, he saves Chancellor but loses Billy. If he rejects Lily's money, he enables Billy to start a war that might destroy the Abbotts. Jack is trapped in a nightmare of his own making because he never set boundaries with Billy years ago. For Victor, it's about ego and legacy. He gets to play the hero, protecting Catherine's memory, while simultaneously destroying his favorite punching bag, Billy Abbott. It's a win-win for Victor. And for Billy, honestly, who even knows what is going on in Billy's head anymore? He is so blinded by his own obsession. He thinks he is a genius. He thinks he outsmarted everyone. He was sitting at the GCAC, bragging to Audra, bragging to Sally. He thinks he has already won. He has no idea that Lily is trying to buy him out from under him. He has no idea that Kane just handed Victor Newman a loaded gun and pointed it right at his head. Billy is walking into a massacre and he is whistling a happy tune while he does it. I don't understand how the writers keep putting Billy in these cycles. Every few years he gets a little bit of stability and then he just blows it all up because he needs the rush. He needs to prove he is the smartest guy in the room. And every single time he ends up face down in the dirt. You'd think Sally would see the red flags. She was literally panicking a few episodes ago when he told her his plan. She knows his family won't support him, but she just smiled and nodded. I really hope Sally gets out of the blast radius before Victor drops the bomb, especially if she is actually pregnant. And what about Kane? I have to give Kane some credit here. I didn't think he had the guts to go to Victor. Kane usually tries to play the good guy, the mediator, but he sees the writing on the wall. He knows that Lily's legal team might not be enough if Billy actually has a valid legal claim to the company. Kane is playing dirty because Billy forced his hand. I just wonder how Lily will react when she finds out Kane went to Victor. Lily hates Victor. The Winters family has a lot of bad blood with the Newmans. Lily might be furious that Kane invited the devil into their house to help fight the war. But on the other hand, if Victor destroys Billy and saves Chancellor, Lily might just have to look the other way and say thank you. It's just so messy. It is so incredibly messy. And think about the fallout if Jack actually tells Nikki about Lily's offer. Nikki goes home. She talks to Victor. Victor realizes that Jack has the power to stop Billy by just accepting Lily's check. What does Victor do? Does Victor pressure Jack to take the money, or does Victor actually want Jack to reject the money so that Billy proceeds with the takeover, giving Victor the excuse to publicly humiliate and destroy Billy? Knowing Victor, he wants the public spectacle. He wants to crush Billy in the press. He wants Newman Media to run headline after headline about Billy's failure. Victor doesn't just want Billy to quietly go away. He wants him ruined. So if Victor finds out about Lily's offer, he might actually try to sabotage it. He might try to convince Jack not to take the money, which is just twisted, but it's so Victor. I am honestly just exhausted thinking about all the different ways this can go wrong for these characters. But I can't stop watching. It's like, it's going to end in tears, but the build-up is just too good. We have Jack agonizing in his office. We have Lily throwing millions of dollars around to save her company. We have Nikki playing therapist to her ex-husband. We have Kane making deals with the devil. We have Adam smirking in the shadows. And we have Victor Newman screaming about scoundrels and legacies. It is classic Young and the Restless. It really is. I just hope they don't drag this legal battle out for 6 months. You know how they do that sometimes. The fans on social media will riot if we have to watch 6 months of courtroom scenes about a loan from 30 years ago. We need action. We need Victor to make his move now. And I'm also worried about Jack's health. The man was stabbed not that long ago. He was kidnapped. He almost died. And now his blood pressure has to be through the roof, dealing with Billy and Lily. Diane is going to lose her mind if Jack has a heart attack over this. And frankly, if Jack collapses, I am blaming Billy. 100% blaming Billy. Anyway, I could ramble about this for another hour, but my coffee is cold and I need to go process all this chaos. What do you guys think? Is Jack going to take Lily's money and betray Billy? Or is he going to enable his brother again? And what is Victor's first move going to be? Do you think he will use Newman Media to drop a bombshell? Or will he attack Chancellor's stock directly? Let me know what you think. I'll try to read the comments later if my brain hasn't completely melted from all this Genoa City drama. Stay safe out there, guys.